Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. Well, we're up here on the mez, on the dispatch area really, where we collate all the kits together. And while we're up here, this is what's being done. We are brake lines, fuel lines on a few of these kits out here. So Mr. Sharp is not having them, there's none on that one. But on this particular one, Mr. Spiller, his chassis here. We started on this, brake lines have gone in this particular one, and we've got two more over here in the corner here that we've done chassis for that are Mazda based kits, and they are also brake lines, fuel lines and everything's done, so they're trying to get these out if we can before Christmas and all that period of time. So quite a bit of work to do to wrap up before the festive season starts. Talking about kits guys, and you want to get into one of these, you're thinking, I want to do a bike engine car. Well, perfect. What's just come in now for us is a Gen 1 Hayabusa engine. Perfect platform, done 19,000 miles, hence the reason we purchased it. It's the only one, comes with throttle bodies here, got the fuel pump ready to go. It's got in the box here, it's got the ECU, it's got the wiring loom and that for it. Even got the keys for the ignition and also the rectifier, etc. there. It's even got the fuel filler cap. Not that you need that, but it's done that, and the keys and all of that, everything ready to go really. So it's a complete unit, all ready to bolt into a cradle that you could sort it out, do a sump mod, sprocket adapter, clean it up, and should be ready to go in a kit. So if you're interested in wanting to do maybe a Gen 1 booster build, hook us up, phone call, email to Neil or Andy here, and we can talk you through the process. Or you're thinking, I've already got one and I need a donor engine. This one's available and it will be on the marketplace shortly at £2,500 for the whole kit caboodle. Right guys, we're going to go over to the demo car now, but one little thing, still can't tell you the colour, so here we go. Right guys, here we are, demo car. As you know, we've been on with the little heater things pretty much installed, but we've got to fix it all together now because we're doing a little bit of wiring, finishing off, and what we've been doing is fitting the oil cooler. We've fitted the oil cooler, a bigger oil cooler actually, 30-row oil cooler behind here. We made the brackets, put these on a rubber bush, top and bottom, and using our existing brackets, we've mounted them top and bottom to the chassis rails. And then we've got these hoses here, they're AN10s that we use, comes up to a sandwich plate that is an adapter here, basically between the original oil cooler heater, shall we say, and the oil filter. We put a sandwich plate between those two, and we do have to change the oil filter though, because the standard one is too long and will hit the steering column. So that bit's in. Quite a bit of other things we've been doing. We're doing a lot of mock-up on the radiator and intercooler setup, some changes, but we're not quite finished with that yet. Main thing that's been changing is our new seats. So new seats that we've got, new design. These have come in and we're making it a bracketry and seat runners because it's got a tilt to it, a rake that we're trying to match exactly with the back panel so that we can get the full length in here with a lowered floor pan, so you taller guys can fit in a bit more comfortable, and that will run with our 2-inch lightweight buckle harnesses, all nicely branded up. But this seat is very, very nice and extremely comfortable actually to work with, but also still adds a nice bit of support in this area so that if you are having a bit of spirited driving, it holds you nice and snug and tight. And then a few other bits, all the handbrake bits are done on. The body tub and side panels have been fitted on this side, and the nose cone, a lot of all of this side's been completely mocked up. But while we're working in this area, because there's a couple of little small wiring jobs to do under here, while we're working in that area, we'll leave it alone before we put it back together. So seats is ticked. That's a nice little product, and that'll be available in the new year, and we'll be carrying those in stock as well. And oil cooler and this bracketry, that's a nice little install. And I know there's a lot of question marks about where the oil cooler should sit, in front of the radiator, behind it. There's lots of things. We've got a fan on this particular one which will also be controlled by the ECU, so if oil starts to get up there, it will kick that in. We've got a 9-inch fan, so a decent sized fan on it as well. Yeah, so that's rolling along. It is ticking off. We're doing a lot of R&D work and development work while we're doing this, like the heater, the oil coolers, the seats, the new body tubs. We've got a new cup style nose cone going on this with a bonnet and everything else. The new handbrake system that we've done with a wheelwood on the back. So there's quite a bit of development work that we've been doing while we've been building this car, and all of that will be imparted into you as a customer. And if you're looking to do a build or upgrades at a later date on your existing RX5, and there's a lot of them out there, then yeah, we'd be happy to show you, come down the factory here, have a look, or talk to us on the phone. Right, just a little update on the little MAV Exo Booster car that's here. It's been up for sale for not very long actually, and this is now sold and will be going off to its new owner in the next few days. So good luck with this one, because it's a rocket ship. I mean, it scares the bejesus out of me, but then anything that's got near 300 horsepower in a car that weighs about 450 kilos is going to be mental. We love them. It's a bike engine car with a supercharger bolted on it. I mean, it's absolutely bonkers. Looks bonkers, goes bonkers, great bit of fun. So enjoy that, guys, and go easy on the right pedal just for a little while, and then start to open it up once you get used to it. Right, next up, guys, it's M&M Vortex Mazda Turbo time. It's out of the build bays now and onto the stand here. It's been on the lift actually, because we just go through it for IVA. We're starting to get into the little details, like just some wing mirrors to bolt on and fuel filler cap to put in. And now we're doing like a pressure test on the engine. So we have a little dry system here, say running it up to check it, or we can check it cold. We put a few PSI, we'll set that where it's green. For example, we pump this little system up. What we've got in here, we'll get up to 15 PSI, there we go. And we'll set that, and now that pressurizes all the system, which is really easy, and then we can see if there's any little leaks here and we need to nip up some Jubilee clips or etc. Saves you running it up, getting it all hot, and then you've got to dip it up afterwards. We will check that again, but that's the first preliminary test we always do, and then we'll finish off with the rocker cover, bolted on, and then we'll just basically tap that into the oil catch tank here. So yeah, seats have gone in, seatbelt harnesses are in, they're really nice, all really smart in here. We've got the boot cover panel here all done. This is all in as well, nice and neat and tidy in the back end with the Mazda diff fuel tank, and it's just the one little job here, which is the fuel filler cap, which we've got next to put in. Everything else is all systems done on this side, ready with the cat silencer in, ready to do the tuning. So now we know it all runs, guys. If you saw the other week, it all runs. It's been up the rank because we've bled all the brake system as well now, so all the brakes are good. Checked all of those right the way through, and now, as I said, it's really little things like we've put in the fog light. We just got to finalise the wiring on that for the switch, so making it IVA compatible. And if you need to know anything about IVA, etc., we've done a couple of videos now that are out there, and Lewis will pop you up a link if you're unsure about IVA stuff, sort of top 60 tips that we've done on the internet, etc. as well, and that really helps get you guys through the process. We're here to help if we can, and the video don't answer your question, fire us an email, messenger or something, and we'll try and steer you through it. If you've not seen online, guys, already on Facebook, etc., we've got this, our little racing sim that we had out here, which had the cockpit, which is basically a Mazda RX-5 cockpit in there with a carbon seat. This is up for raffle and for auction, guys. Date's closed, when is it? 7th, is it? I think 7th of January it will be launched out. So already had quite a good take up on it in tickets, and I'm looking forward to this going into your new home. You can test out your driving skills. So if you want that, it's £1.99 ticket, super cheap. Get yourself a prize and win yourself a sim. Right, guys, the RX5 build has continued. Now, if you want to know more about how this builds in, we've not shown this on the regular workshop walks. We actually jumped on and gave it a separate feed video, shall we say, sort of thing, because we're going into a bit more detail in the build. A few of you liked it, so thanks for that. Hopefully it will help you if you're looking to build a car, or you're currently building a car. It will steer you in a direction. So as we bolt on parts on this particular chassis, and as we build it, we will try and explain it in a bit more detail. I will, or one of my other colleagues will certainly put you through the process. So if you're subscribed, it will probably drop up there, but if not, jump onto our YouTube channel and look up the RX5 build, and it will come up. And that leads me to questions with Sean. We are in the office now, guys, in my office actually, and we're going to do questions with Sean. So go on, Lewis, what have we got this week? All right, so the first question that's come in is, are you planning to do an electric car even just for the challenge? Oh, that's a good question actually. Electric cars, it's something we've actually been investigating. It's not on the radar. It wasn't for 2023, but it's certainly on the radar for 2024. We've had a few customer inquiries actually about electric cars, and there's a different set of regulations on that we need to do. It's all in the IVA in1 manual and documentation, but there's a little bit more homework we need to do on that. Building the car is one thing, making it road compliant and IVA compatible is another. So can we build an electric car? Yes, it's something we're definitely looking into. We just want to make sure we're doing the right process to make it available to as many people as possible and put that out there. So yeah, kind of, don't know, I love a petrol engine, but I've driven a few electric cars, the Teslas and everything else, and they are quite exciting. So I'd be very interested to see what an MK would go like with an electric motor in.
Right, the second question that came in was, how does someone in the USA buy a kit to build?
Yeah, not a problem. We ship already into the USA. In fact, we ship quite a few cars to the USA. We can do it. We ship them in crates. Not a problem at all, in kit form. And it's not a problem. We can even ship it a fully built car, less engine and wheels and tyres in that respects as well, because it's a better thing for parts and taxes and things like that, shipping to US. So yeah, if you want to know more information about that, hook us up, phone call, email here, and Andy or Neil will respond to you and give you pricing, guides, what type of engine, whether it's a bike engine, car engine. In fact, quite a few of the states in America, it's even easier to register them in the USA than it is here in the UK.
Right, the final question that came in, you sort of answered in the previous question that was asked, is can I buy a whole car?
You can buy a whole car. We can do factory builds here, we can ship them abroad, etc. Or in the UK here, we do, obviously factory builds are going on all the time, and then build slots become available. So if you want to get yourself into a build slot, then hook us up again. I know you say it all the time, but phone call, email, come here, visit the factory, whichever you want to do. We had some guys come and visit us from Spain actually, so that was nice to see some guys that come over this week, and they've also placed an order for a kit and that we're going to be building for those guys as well. So yeah, love it. Thanks for the questions with Sean, and I look forward to next week's questions. Right, another busy week guys. Thanks very much for your patience and time and watching us here at MK Sportscars. Don't forget, if you want to win yourself a sim, £1.99 ticket, get yourself in the draw, have a little bit of fun, and yeah, your phone, I mean, we've been having a blast in it. Funny enough, we drew it back out and we can't stay off it now, and we're kind of thinking, we should never put it up for sale now. But yeah, that's an awesome little kit. That's it for this week guys. Like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you next week.